Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we continue our crusade against biased liberals from other countries taking over our comedy news shows. Let's take a look at a video from Full Frontal with Samantha B called The Great Feminist and Feminism Herstory Hall of Lady Fame. Check it out.
And tonight we want to celebrate a truly special female woman. Donald Trump's omnipresent spokescobra, Kellyanne Conway, or as Fox News calls her,
the first woman to run a winning presidential campaign in the history of this country.
First woman to be ever lead and win a presidential campaign.
The first woman to run a successful presidential campaign.
Jesus, Fox, stop ramming your feminist identity politics down America's throats.
So it was okay for the left to label Hillary the first woman candidate, but calling Kellyanne Conway the first woman to run a campaign and win? That's not kosher? Basically, labels of gender and race are only okay when the Dems do it. Got it. Also, Sam's outfit looks whack. I don't mean to be petty or superficial, but she looks like she went out to eat at a fancy restaurant that required jackets. But she didn't have one, so they gave her some random jacket from the Lost and Found to wear.
But they're right. Kellyanne did turn Trump's upended porta potty of a campaign around and get him elected pretty much single-handedly while raising 4 children and probably being interrupted every 3 minutes by the alpha bro jockstraps Trump likes to surround himself with.
So this is interesting because it shows the liberal media's hate for alpha males. Beta bitches like Sam can't stand alpha guys like Trump and his crew. Their confidence intimidates the left, and perhaps this goes along with their anti-bullying agenda. I feel like these libtards were all bullied in grade school, and now as grown-ups they get triggered by alphas everywhere. It's kind of sad.
She is fucking amazing at her job and she deserves credit. But for some reason, not everyone is celebrating Kellyanne's victory for womanhood.
I gotta think that if Kellyanne Conway was on the left, I'd be seeing her on the cover of Vogue, but the left's not big fans.
Oh my God, you guys, it's so unfair. A woman pulls off the historic feat of electing a sexual predator who thinks women should be punished for having abortions, and feminists don't celebrate her with a Vogue cover.
Whoa, 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 slow down there, lady. You're still calling Trump, our new president, a sexual predator? Based on what? Nothing. Call him loud, call him over the top, make fun of his hair or spray tan if you want. But calling Trump a sexual predator for no reason is really crossing a line. Samantha's show has gone from satirical news to liberal propaganda.
Although, she did get the cover of Pussy Grabber Enabler Monthly, so I guess that's something.
I'm actually okay with calling Trump a pussy grabber. There's nothing wrong with grabbing pussy. Women love it when alphas like me and Trump do it. Liberal shills like B just can't stand it though. Probably because no one has ever tried to grab her old beat up pussy in decades. Sorry.
Well, I, for one, am not about to question the feminist cred of a 49-year-old in a Supergirl costume, so tonight, we honor her.
I'm starting to notice Samantha B's style. Basically, she says one thing, then does the opposite. First, she says Kellyanne should be commended for winning the election. Then she insults and belittles her. Now B's saying we should praise Kelly's contribution to feminism. Next, we're going to do the opposite, I'm sure. This is one of the simplest, most overused joke formulas there is. And Sam B uses it every fucking time.
Long before Trump grabbed her for his campaign, Kellyanne was fighting for and or against women's rights, always tackling the issues that mattered most, whether that meant defending marriage by attacking a PBS cartoon that featured a child with 2 moms or...
This kind of reminds me of queer kid stuff, pushing LGBT topics onto kids. Well, I'm sure postcards from Buster on PBS introduced lesbians to kids in a much more careful, tactful way, but parents still do have the right to not want their kids to see this shit. And Kellyanne has a right to say this quote, "People don't want their kids looking at a cartoon with a bunch of lesbian mothers." And I have to say, I agree with her.
Speaking up for feminism at conservative gatherings.
Femininity is replacing feminism as a leading attribute for American women. If women really want to be taken seriously in the workforce these days, looking feminine is a good way to start.
Apparently Samantha B didn't take that note on looking feminine at work. And what's this whole setup about anyway? Showing Kellyanne isn't a true feminist? Good. I fucking hate true feminists. We're sick of your fem-splaining bullshit, Samantha B. That's why your ratings are tanking on TBS.
But as racists who don't feel like racists keep telling us, we should never judge anyone by what they say or do, but only by what's in their heart.
Straw man. Straw man. No one is saying don't go by what someone says and does. Go by what's in their heart. Also, who made you the decider of of who is racist, Sam. You say there are racists who don't know they're racist. I mean, if you can't tell someone's racist, are they even racist? I think what you're trying to do here with racism is say exactly what your straw man said. It doesn't matter if a person says or does something racist. It's what's in their hearts. And if you voted for Trump, in your heart, you're a racist. That's what B is insinuating, and it's gross and wrong.
And I know Kellyanne doesn't believe those homophobic, sexist things in her heart because Kellyanne doesn't believe anything in her heart. She will say literally anything.
Yes, Kelly will say anything. It's kind of her job to do that. Actually, it's your job too, Samantha. You get paid to push the left's agenda while Kellyanne is currently paid to speak for Trump. You're criticizing Kelly for doing the same thing you do, so that makes you a hypocrite.
But the moment Svengali Ann found her trilby, she sang a different tune.
He started retweeting people criticizing Jeff Zeleny, our reporter, including a 16-year-old boy. Is that really presidential behavior?
Well, he's the president-elect, so that's presidential behavior, yes.
Great! By that standard, presidential behavior also includes owning slaves, nailing interns, vomiting on foreign leaders, and whipping your schlong out to White House staffers.
I don't know about this standard you're trying to make here, B. You're trying to compare Trump retweeting something to presidents who owned slaves, got laid, puked, and whipped their dicks out in office. Those things aren't like tweeting at all. And great job bringing slavery into the story for no fucking reason. Guess you gotta go down your regressive checklist. Fuck Republicans, check. Fuck bullies, check. Fuck white people who voted for Trump, they're racist, check. And now we're dropping slavery in here with a black and white photo and everything. Well done, Samantha. Well done.
Kellyanne's true superpower is deflecting questions like Supergirl deflects bullets. Watch how many ways she evades one simple question about her boss's Twitter.
Is it responsible for a president-elect to make false statements like that?
Well, first, many people are questioning the victory. You've got people spending millions of dollars wasting money and time in the Clinton and Stein camps in Wisconsin, Michigan, and they tried in Pennsylvania to
Yes, Kellyanne can change her viewpoints and speak in defense of whoever has hired her. That's her job, and she's great at it. You're trying to insult her by showing her do a great job handling the press. Ironically, you're proving the opposite of your point.
And I think what people will see is strong leadership in nominating Mad Dog Mattis, strong leadership in keeping those jobs in Indianapolis.
Kellyanne Conway, thanks for coming on and answering our questions this morning.
What? She didn't answer your questions, you sentient pocket square. She just gave a 4-minute Trump commercial. We haven't seen a blonde do this much spinning and lying since Tanya Harding. Now look.
Again, showing people how good Kellyanne is at interviews doesn't insult her. These examples you're showing prove she is a great political player. This is part of why Trump won. She should be getting praise, not contempt. But Samantha B is bought and paid for by the liberal media, so it's not going to happen anytime soon.
But as good as she is at hijacking interviews, she's even better at hijacking language. Did you notice that jiu-jitsu she did with fake news?
Steve Bannon ran Breitbart News. They peddled a lot of stories on that website that are just false.
I think the biggest piece of fake news in this election was that Donald Trump couldn't win.
That was fake news. The media said Trump would never win right up until the election. They could have discovered his popularity and potential if they did a little research, but the media either didn't bother or they knew and then lied to try and sway things to Hillary. Either way, Kellyanne was right. It was fake news.
That you've got this raw information, this complete ridiculous fake news actually is just fake. It's not
actually
even
been
news.
backed up by not only multiple sources, but other news agencies, New York Times.
And that bit with Anderson Cooper was about the BuzzFeed fake news. You know, the fakest, most ridiculed piece of garbage ever published. So Kellyanne and others accurately labeled it fake news. And Samantha B is trying to criticize Kellyanne for manipulating language when she's done it accurately and effectively. There's nothing to critique Kellyanne for here, except being in the wrong political party. According to Samantha B, if Kellyanne was doing the same things for the left, Sam would be commending her. Miss B, your bias is apparent and it's disgusting.
The phrase fake news is like a loaded gun that Kellyanne deftly plucked out of reporters' hands and pointed at their heads. And she was doing it beautifully until a poorly coiffed water buffalo blundered in and fucked up her game.
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Jesus, Donald. Have you learned nothing from Kellyanne? Smile. Take the question. Don't answer it. Complain about Hillary Clinton. It's not a difficult formula.
Actually, the president didn't ruin anything here. He called CNN fake news because they were reporting the fake news story from BuzzFeed. Trump was being accurate and assertive, confident. He was being alpha, and that's why B can't stand him. She sees him and alphas as bullies, like the ones who called her a nerdy dyke in high school. She still gets flashback from those days, apparently. In the end, the left is all for praising women women who have made history, but not if the same woman supports the candidate they don't like. Samantha B is attempting to berate Kellyanne here, but she is failing badly, just like her show Full Frontal. What do you guys think? Is Samantha B funny? Is Kellyanne a badass? Who would you rather bang? Comment below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, what it do, all you shakers and quakers? Welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're taking donations via our Patreon account. Go on down to the website, donate $1 or $2, and who knows what could happen. Good times, good vibes. Hey there, bat. Hey there, rat cat. Rat-a-lat-a-ding-dong, shamaloo, shamalama-ding-dong, do-do-do-do. Let's go down to the Patreon store. Give us $1 or maybe $4. What? Wait, I'm bullshit. No bullshit. Whoops. Can we cut that out? No. Leave it in. Fuck it. Bullshit. No, lo. Come on down to the Patreon store. I'm broke. One more way you can support the No Bullshit Show is buying our merch. We've got all kinds of shirts, mugs, white shirts, black shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff at our Teespring store. If you're looking for some swag, I definitely recommend checking it out. And all the proceeds go right back into the show so I can make more videos for you guys. Thanks so much for your time. Goodbye again.